What is your plan to grow your company? While we may be enticed by visions of short-term success, the best businesses plan for long-term growth, the kind that is sustainable, that's repeatable over time. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Rachel Steininger, and I'm going to share with you today my number one tip for setting a goal to grow your business. I'm also going to share with you a method for focusing your strategy in a winning way, and I'm going to share with you the tactic that one of my clients used to help double his business in less than 6 months, all while relying on his non-salespeople to practice this tactic. Are you ready? All right, let's dive into it. All right, let's kick off with my number one tip, and that is that if you need a plan, you also need a goal first. Here's the thing. If you want to plan to grow your company, you first need to set a goal to grow your company. Now, the goal is critical because without a goal, we don't know where we're heading. And do you want to grow in a certain way? Do you want to grow to a certain number? All of these things are important. And my number one tip for you is to make it specific, not just in the numbers, so that matters. We want to know how far we need to go and in what way we want to grow. So think about your goal in terms of specificity, both in terms of the magnitude of the goal as well as the time length of the goal. How soon are you going to achieve this? How much growth do you really need? Once we have that goal and we know it's specific, we get to actually break it down and start getting specific at every level. This is where the magic happens. When we break it down, we start with a goal like, I want to add 20% in net new revenue over the course of the year. Well, let's break that down. How many new clients is that for you? Does that include whether you have clients leaving, or can you only count the new clients coming in towards that goal? If you know you need 100 new clients, how many consults is that going to require? And if you need, let's say 400 consults to get 100 new clients, how many leads are you going to need to have? How many are you going to be nurturing throughout the course of the year in order to get to the 100 new clients? So my number one tip is the more specific you can get both at the top layer and getting down into those individual layers, the better your whole plan is going to be, because as you see what's coming next, that specificity will really pay off. But first, I'd love to know, what is it that you'd love to achieve in your business? Let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear how you're tracking it. If you actually have broken down to those individual layers, let me know in the comments below, and let's see if we can help each other with that. Now that we have our goal and our layers broken down to that goal with specificity, we can actually set our strategy. But here's the problem. Sometimes we lose focus at this stage. So here's my method for keeping you focused when it comes to making a plan to grow your company. Number one, focus on the client. Who is it that you want to serve? Now, some entrepreneurs might say everyone, but let's talk about strategy, because strategy requires us to particularly choose one type of customer in order to really be successful. After we've done that, the tactics are going to actually be really easy to decide on. So let's be explicit, and we'll actually just try filling in the blanks. It goes something like this. I will grow my company by percent or dollar amount over the next how many months by targeting who want fill in the blank. That last part, right? I hadn't mentioned that last part. Not only do we need to think about the who, but we need to think about what they want. What desire are they trying to fulfill? And when we can fill that entire sentence in, we actually have the opportunity to really make our tactics so much easier. That plan to grow our company becomes easier and easier to fulfill upon because we've been so clear on this strategy level. So let's go through that one more time. I will grow my company by X percent or dollar amount over how many months by targeting who wants what? Now tell me, what is your strategy that you're trying to achieve? Who are you targeting and what do they want from you? More importantly, why don't you hit that subscribe button right now, because each week we're coming out with new videos to help you grow your business, and I know you don't want to miss out. Now let's take a look at tactics. To add some extra variety to this, let's actually go through a couple examples of how that earlier statement can help us determine what our appropriate tactics are going to be. Because as we're building this plan to grow your company, we go from our goal to the strategy and now to the tactics. But if we did those earlier steps right, it should all fall into place. We know an amount. Let's pretend it's 20% over the course of the next 12 months. And let's say that you've decided to focus on CEOs who are new to their organization and want to make a big splash or big change in their organization. And whatever you provide, whatever service or product you provide, helps fulfill that. Here's where that might break down into tactics. Now, you probably aren't going to do a broad advertising campaign. You're probably going to use something like LinkedIn, using Sales Navigator, using content that's directly relevant to those CEOs, to their industry. You might even go and use something like Sales Navigator to search for anybody who's in their position who's new from the last 2 to 3 months, and those are the people you're going to reach out to. It's a more specific strategy because you know they're looking for something specific. You know they're in a certain point in their career or in their needs cycle, and so you're going to use the tool and the techniques that best allow you to access those people, those CEOs. Let's look at a second example. How about you are about to reach out to homeowners? You are great at the DIY stuff and you're gonna be selling them some information products on DIY stuff around the house. Maybe it's plumbing, maybe it is carpentry work. Whatever the case may be, you're probably looking for people who are going online and already searching for DIY things. So in this case, your tactic is definitely not gonna be LinkedIn. It's going to be something like what you're seeing right here, YouTube video, or some other content that's education and helps them along in their journey and brings them in to your business cycle. So that is a second example. And then let's do one more just for good measure. Now let's use one final example because what I promised you was a story about my client and a tactic that he used to help double his business, and he didn't have to do any of the work. All of his non-sales people helped generate this lead. In his case, he was targeting people who were looking for really trusted services in a market of people that often are very much underserved or taken advantage of. And he used a technique of using his service people to reach out and do what we call simple asks, which sometimes simple asks are not that simple, but one of the things he did is he created a referral strategy, knowing that he wanted people who needed trusted services to feel like they could count on their advisor. He actually created that opportunity by starting and building on the trust in the first place. Now you can see even more of Daniel's case study and the things they did in the firm to double the business, but that's just one of the tactics that was made very clear by having the right strategy in place, understanding not only the goal, but who the client was and what they were looking for. So if you want to see more of the story in Daniel's own words, you can go ahead and check that out. There's a link below talking about Daniel and the results that he got in his firm without him actually having to do all of the work. So check that out and I will see you in the next video.